It's not always about the growing. Sometimes it's the most mundane of jobs that keep your allotment in tip-top condition. This week, I'll be catching up on much needed maintenance to our allotment plots. Hello to you all and welcome to this week's episode of Allotment Family Diary. It is about 5 o'clock on Monday evening. It's been a very overcast day and we do have lots of rain forecast. However, I'm not going to moan about that. Great British problems. So this week it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, I think. I don't have any major plans for the plot. We've got the main crop potatoes in. We've got a lot of golden beets on the go. The early potatoes are doing well. There's a lot happening in the polytunnel. So I think it's going to be a lot of clearing up. Maybe we'll do some chicken fun and some other wonderful things. So stay tuned for everything that's going to be happening. Tonight's job is going to be building an ornamental bamboo fence to go on the edge of the plot here. Today I came up and I've planted some begonias and petunias and a small fir tree, which we've moved from the wild garden and just neatened up the border of the plot. We have built bamboo fences before on the previous plot and we think it would look really nice on the edge of this one. It's also going to prevent people from stepping onto our plot and onto the flowers that we're planting surrounding the polytunnel to attract wildlife. Let's hope the weather holds out and it doesn't start raining. I'm not going to moan, I promise. Oh, Sylvie's here. She's going to help me build the fence. Let's get cracking. A wild Florence appeared. No, Flo is not going to be helping with the build, unfortunately, nor is Sylvie, because Sylvie's gone. Flo is doing drawing in the shed. Anyway, back to this. Here I have 15 bamboo canes. They're 8 foot long. And over here, we have some timber poles. These are 2" by 1", and I've spaced 6 of them evenly across the ground. As I've mentioned, if you do want to build this, it's an ornamental fence. It's not there to, you know, keep wild boars out or anything like that. It just looks really nice. So these poles are 2" by 1". Over here, I've spaced them 1" apart because we'll be slotting bamboo into there, and we'll be weaving it into the other poles. So this is where the fun part begins. We're going to weave the bamboo canes between the poles that we've hammered into the ground. This can be a bit fiddly. There you go. You can see where the ends are going to overlap. We've got the poles wide enough apart that it's going to fit the bamboo canes in easily. So what we'll do first of all, we will stick in one end in between the pole with the gap and we'll push it right down to the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to make sure the pole runs behind this cane or in front if you're looking at it from my angle, and then we are going to bend it so it goes behind or in front depending on the angle, this cane, and then we're just going to slot it in between the 2 poles here and then push it down. Let's try the other one. What I will probably say is you can see where like the thicker end of the bamboo is. So the thicker end here, we want to alternate the ends. So if we have a thick end down there, we want to put a thin end next. But this time we're going to go the other side of the pole. Through here. And then slot and push down. You also want to try and make sure you match up the ends, because otherwise your fence will look a bit weird and wonky. So we'll take the third one. This time we're going to go with the thick end because we just used the thin end. Same as the first one. Push it in, twist around and slot into the hole at the end. Now, as you add more bamboo poles to the frame, you're going to notice that the tops start to pull themselves apart. So there's a fix for that, which is good old-fashioned string. So all I'm going to do is just tie some string around the top to hold the poles together, and it will stop them from completely collapsing. And there we have it. This is a beautiful ornamental fence that is really easy to build and fairly cost effective in the long run. As I mentioned, it's not going to keep out any raging wild beasts, foxes or wild boars. Not that we get many wild boars in the UK, but it still looks pretty nonetheless. It's going to be a great way to mark out the boundaries of our allotment plot. Now here's a little segment in the video we'll just call Guess the Mystery Plant. Now in the last episode I showed you some chili plants that I've been growing. Someone very kindly commented saying that the strange nodules on the plant could be due to limited growing space, which sounds like a good answer. I was thinking about this plant and you know, it looks odd, so I'm going to show you this. This is a hot lemon chili. So I got these seeds from the local garden centre. Okay, planted them all up, they're all fine. This is one of them, one of the seeds that was planted. Look, it is totally different, all from the same packet. I mean, yeah, I guess it can happen, you know, the odd stray seed ends up in a random pack. So I've used my plant finder app to see what's going on with this and try and identify what it is, and it's come up with a few answers. Here they are. So what do you guys think? Is it any of those plants? I mean, it's definitely not a hot lemon chili. It really isn't. Look at it. But you know what? I think I'm just going to keep growing it, and maybe when it gets even bigger, we'll finally know what it is. Yay for mystery plants. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I've come up to do a job that really needs to be done before the rains kick in again. This will be putting down wood chip paths around the plot. So we're quite lucky at the allotment. We have a wood chipping service who comes and drops off wood chip for free. I suppose it gets it out of their hair, but it's much needed up here and everyone makes use of it. So I'm going to load up the car, get a few bags on the go, bring them up to the plot, put down some ground sheet, and away we go. I think this corner of the plot is starting to look really nice. Here's the wood chip laid down. That was the entire car full of wood chip. So I've run out. This is all I've managed to do. Just walk you up to the top. Nearly there. What a journey. And then it goes back to the rear of the polytunnel. Still plenty more paths to do. Another job to do along the sides here will be to get decking boards and just mark off the edges of the plot to make sure the wood chip doesn't go into our lovely potato area. Before I head off for lunch, I'm going to show you something fun that I built last night. It is a hanging rocket bed. Again, using a bit of old guttering, filled it with compost, mixed in wild rocket, and it's attached to the ceiling. There's so much space you can use by growing upwards, and it also acts as a swing should they want some rocking comfort. Good evening. It's time for a little bit of potting on. So these Swedes here are getting quite leggy. I think it's because it's been quite hot in here, to be honest. I was going to start again until he said, no, don't worry, just pot them on, cover up the roots a bit and they'll be fine. But yeah, it's really nice to be using the potting table that I built for real potting and real gardening purposes finally. So with the Swedes, I'm just going to water this compost that I've already prepared and I'm going to put them in. I know some people might say, well, you should just plant them straight in the ground. It's just easier and it's quicker. But I kind of like being fiddly and doing little bits like this. It's my choice, my way. Everyone's got their own little ways of doing things. We'll see. Anyway, first time growing Swede. And there we have 16 Swede all potted on, ready to go outside. And they get a little bit bigger. And also made a right mess of the potting table.
It's Thursday morning and we're just letting the chickens out.
They got some treats. Oh, sketty and cabbage. Ladies, lunch! Right, should we see if there's any eggs?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, there is one egg. It's fallen down there.
Oh, I knew it was going to be that one.
Is there any the other side?
No.
No, but there's one here. Oh! Oh, who laid that one?
Aaron.
Karen egg.
Yeah.
So that's the second egg she's laid. And I think Penny's laid like 4 eggs so far.
This is Penny, the leader.
She's really friendly, isn't she?
Yeah.
Just lets you pick her up now, doesn't she?
She likes cuddles.
Yeah. Sylvie, you're on the chicken roof. So this is the morning routine now, up early before school to let the chickens out, feed them and get their eggies. They're still a bit too young to be laying properly, so I think 2 of them have started laying, but they're really tasty eggs. They're really nice. Right, come on, we've got to get you to school.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Time for school. Oh, that's that. School run is done. Dog is being fed and yeah, back up the plot. Ready for a day of more little odd jobs. Yesterday, I blitzed the shed and gave it a really good clean because it needed it. I have fixed the gate leading into this paddock area. I put in another row of beets because they were raring to go, and I have been measuring up where we are going to put our pumpkin and edible flower patch. God, look at that. It's a bit chilly today. Quite a funny thing, I just got up here and there was a council van coming into the allotment, and if you have seen our last video, the allotment tour one, you'll hear me moaning about the council not doing much up here. So anyway, our toilet here has been out of action since December. Yeah, okay, we're lucky enough to have a toilet at the allotment, but it's included in our rent, so we are paying for that, the use of those facilities. But yeah, the council van turned up here. The toilet is locked at the moment. It's full, it's disgusting, so they shut it down a while ago. Fair enough. Council workers go up to the toilet, they're trying the padlock and everything, and they can't open it, the code doesn't work. So yeah, rather than maybe phone the site manager or phone their office or something, they've just driven off, just gone. Yeah, no more toilets for us by the look of it. Honestly, you know, just phone the, why can't they phone the office? Why couldn't it have just phoned someone, said, what's the code for the toilet? Can you let us in? We're here to sort it out, get it all cleaned up, emptied and stuff. No, just drive off. Anyway, I'm up here all day today because we've got some work going on in our bathroom at home. So I'm just keeping Tor out of the way. And I will keep you posted whether they return. Let's see. Update. Look, they've returned. And they can't find the code. They haven't got a key. So they are soaring off the lock to the toilets. Well, at least they're up here and at least they're about to do it. Oh, what are you going to do? Council workers themselves do a brilliant job, but it's the upper management that need a head wobble, to be honest. Right, back to mundane jobs. So this is something that I've been meaning to do for a very long time, is fix the bottom of the raised beds when I put them in. Obviously, we were on a budget and kind of skimped on material. I wouldn't say skimped, you know, we're not made of money. So what I'm going to do today is I've got some old fence panels that need to be placed at the bottom of these to stop all the weeds from coming through. I've been meaning to do this for months now, and I'm finally getting around to it today. So that'll be another brilliant job ticked off the list. And that's that done, just in time for it to start raining. Oh yes. I'm going to give this a lick of paint later, but I can do it when it's wet, because obviously the paint will drip away. Not going to lie, had some lunch and dozed off for about half an hour. Tor is still asleep in his bed. I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee, and then I'm going to paint the fence panels this lovely sage colour. And there we go, another job well done that I've been meaning to do for months and months and months, since before Christmas, actually. Lastly, I just need some more wood chip to redo the paths, but until we get another delivery, I'll have to put that on hold. Anyway, that'll do nicely for now. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm preparing the ground for my bulbs, which I can't kind of remember what I planted. I think they're gladiolus.
There's a gladioli packet in there, so there might be some other random ones, who knows?
Yeah, well, it'd be a surprise then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just using this tool. What's it again?
A mini hoe.
Everybody needs a good hoe. So I've started planting what I believe is gladiolus. So I've gone by 10 inches deep and 10 inches apart, because I believe it between 4 and 10 is suitable, but I've gone for the 10 just to give them plenty of room, because if they are what I believe they are, they do get quite tall and bushy. But we'll see in the summer what they are.
It's Friday evening. It is very wet again, and I'm just heading over to Tilly's plot to check out what's going on with the chickens and give you a quick update on how they're settling in. Well, here we are in Tilly's shed. It's pretty wet, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely pouring down yet again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just put the chickens to bed and I found a lovely little brown egg. I think we've got 2 laying at the moment. We usually get one in the evening and one in the morning.
Yeah, they've settled in quite well, haven't they?
They have, yeah. I just gave them some mealworms for the first time, which they weren't that keen on because I don't think they knew what they were. Uh-oh.
Oh.
She's been in and out all evening, this cat.
Hi, it's Sylvie. She's like, why is there a big light in my face? She's all wet. But yeah, no, they've settled in well, haven't they?
They have.
There's still a few little jobs to do.
Yeah, it's been a busy week, so we haven't really been able to get up here much.
Yeah, we've had a lot of in real life stuff going on. So
yeah,
mostly why I've been doing maintenance and little jobs on the plot. And you haven't done as much on the chicken thing as you'd like to.
No, I haven't, which is really infuriating because we need to raise the, as someone pointed out, and it's a really good idea, we need to raise the actual coop, which we're going to do. And we're going to get an automatic door, put some more fox proofing around the outside.
Although the foxes have been looking around, here's some trail cam footage. You can see they're snooping around.
Yeah.
I think we've done a good job with the actual build of the cage because they haven't got in yet.
Hopefully they won't. Yeah, hopefully they won't. No. And of course, Flo is the only one that's had an egg yet. I mean, we've had them for about a week, haven't we? And I haven't tried one yet.
I've tried an egg.
Oh, yeah.
They're really nice. That you can tell the difference between shop ones. They're got a real rich and creamy taste to them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I might find out in the morning because we've got 2 at home at the moment, plus this one. So Hannah, Nick, and myself are hoping to nab them in the morning for poached eggs.
But yeah, sorry it's been mostly me for this video, but because of stuff going on at home, Tilly's had to be there and oversee building work and stuff.
Yeah.
So you've just had boring old me to put up with.
Yeah. How
again.
Boring.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking on to next week, next Friday we're going to, there's a local garden festival down here that's got some quite good names actually. It's run by Toby Buckland, who's a radio guy and a garden presenter. And Rachel de la Temme, I think, is coming down. I think she's on Gardener's World, isn't she? And quite a few other people. So we'll go and we'll take you along with us and we'll see what that's like.
We'll do, so yeah, the next episode will be off the plot. It'll be a whole episode on Toby's garden show.
Yeah.
A big event.
Yeah.
So we're going to go along and we'll film everything and maybe get to interview some Alan Titchmarsh or what's the other guy?
I don't know. Oh, Monty Don.
Monty Don.
I doubt they'll be there, but you never know, actually. You don't know who's going to pop up.
We're going to have a cup of tea and a cream cake with Monty Don.
We'd be lucky.
Yeah. So yeah, next week that'll be the whole episode and it will be good. It'll be a fun one to watch because you don't see a lot of these shows, really, do you?
No, this one's just once a year. I've got a friend who's been and she says it's really good. So this will be our first time and it's at a historic castle as well. As
always, thank you so much for subscribing,
yes.
liking and commenting.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very much appreciated. And we do try and reply to all the comments, as you can see on our videos.
Yes, we do try because people have taken the time to write them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually reply.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a few helpful hints, especially with the chickens, haven't we?
Yeah. So we'll see you next week at Toby's garden show.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.